Hi, welcome to our neighbor's farm and pantry. Today we are in the greenhouse and we will be showing you how to make a soy blocks. But before that we need to do some stretching. First, stand up by your desk and get straight up and have your left arm put around the shoulder and behind the back and have your right hand support your elbow and just all the way stretch, and then let's count till 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you feel this? Do you see these arm stretches? How they're so good, it feels so good. Okay, let's do it with the right hand. So put your hand behind your neck, around your shoulder, and then support this hand, push like this. Push your elbow with your left hand and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was a warm-up. To make the soy blocks, it requires a lot of arm strength. So we're gonna do just this exercise that is just perfect for this occasion. So we're gonna do push-ups, stand by your desk, and let's get maybe 2 feet away, and then we're gonna just do exactly like this. Put your hands on the desk, your back are like mine in a straight way and look straight, and we're gonna do 5 of them. Okay, we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, do we feel our muscles? Do we feel much little bit stronger? Yes. Okay, so what we'll be working on today is we need to make just exactly like these soil blocks. So Janine, she will be showing you how to make it. Okay?
Let's go look at these plants we have here. Got some collard greens and cabbage. Hello everybody. Let's go learn how to make soya blocks. So this is the soil we're going to use here. And this was a pro mix soil, so it was already mixed with perlite. It's a coconut coir soil, peat moss and coconut coir, and perlite mix. So let me show you how to mix it really quick if we didn't have the pro mix. Like right now we have the pro moss, and it's just the peat moss. Okay, so this is a soilless soil actually, but we call it soil blocks. But it's a soilless soil, and this is peat moss, and I believe these come from the bogs in Canada, and I think there's some in India. So bogs are where we get these. And so we have 2 pots with the peat moss and 1 pot with perlite. So to mix our soil for planting and to make the soil blocks, we need 2/3 peat moss, 1/3 perlite. So if we have 2/3 plus 1/3, that equals 1 whole. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 pots. I want to make sure we get all of it out because this is really expensive, and we don't want to waste any. Okay, so we want to mix it nice and neat. Then we want to add in our perlite. And you have to be careful for this perlite when you're working with it because it has a dust that you shouldn't inhale. So you want to keep the door open, keep it well ventilated, and kind of step away if there becomes a big cloud. And the reason why I use this is because you know, the pots have holes in the bottom, and this is what came out. So I'm gonna put these in too. And you can use your hands, you can use a hand trowel, break up these small pieces. And even the peat moss has those little particles that go into the air that you shouldn't breathe in. So you can wear a mask and you can keep yourself safer. So I'm just making a small amount. If I'm doing a lot, I'll put on a mask. Okay, so we just keep mixing it, and then since I have mine already soaking, I've added water already, I'll add water to this and break up all these big pieces, and then I'll put enough water in so it makes it like nice and moist. So to make the soil blocks, we want it to be pretty moist. So if we get a handful of soil, we want to make sure, you know, we have water leaking down, and that works. So what we need in this video is our soil, a tub, a tray, and if we find some big pieces of, you know, parts in our soil, we could take them out because they can get stuck in the soil block, or they'll get stuck here, or they'll be like this, and it will kind of break apart our soil block later. Take these big sticks out, and we need a nice clean tool. This is a soil block maker, so we have to make sure that we have all the parts. So these little parts in here are what make little dents in the top of the soil block, so we could put the seeds in, and then you know, have a little place for the seeds. So today we're going to be working with a 2x2 square. So we want to make sure it's nice and clean when we start, and make sure it's the one that makes 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we want to do is push down like this and fill in the little squares and just keep pushing down. So when I'm doing this activity, you guys go ahead and do the push-ups, okay? So we'll do push-ups. You guys should be doing maybe a full at 5. If you guys can do more push-ups, keep going. If you need to take a break, that's fine. So we want to make sure that the soil block is the soil tool is all the way full. I like to just take a little bit off if I need to, because we don't want them rounded at the bottom. We want all the soil blocks nice and flat. And so we only want to push down here because we're making sure that we're putting all of the soil in here. We're trying to pack it as much as we can. And then I'm gonna make sure it's nice and flat on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm gonna push down right here. So this is a plunger, and we want to squeeze out some of the water, okay? So it compacts our soil block. See all that water coming out? So you guys should be doing push-ups right now. I'll make sure. So when we push down here, we're not pushing the soil block down. So this tool pushes these little plates down, and that's how we're squeezing the water out. Okay. And now I'm gonna get ready to release. After one more push, I'm gonna release the soil blocks, okay? So I wanna make sure first that I don't have any space. So if I were to have some space, this plunger would be moving up and down because it would tell us there's space underneath this plate. Okay, so we don't have any space. So we never want to tilt it when we're pushing the water out, because if we tilt it, it's going to push a soil block out, and we're not ready for that part yet. So take out a little bit more water and put your fingers through this small space here, and let's go push the plunger down. And I like to go slow and I don't want to go too high up because I don't want my soil blocks to crash down. All right, so look at that corner kind of got lifted up. That's fine. All right, look at these nice soil blocks we got. They're nice and sturdy, so when I squeeze them, they're not squeezing or falling apart. This is the soil block we want for our plants, because we're gonna put a seed in here in this little dimple, and then we're gonna cover the seed. So we need to place these in our trays like this. So put it to the corner, and this tray holds 32 soil blocks. So we can fit 4 across and 8 up, okay? So what is 4 times 8? 4 times 8. All right. If you got the answer, you can say it out loud or raise your hand and tell your teacher. Okay. So we'll do more soil blocks, and it's just the same thing. I like to do this a few times just to make sure I have enough soil in the tool to create a really sturdy soil block. And we want to make them sturdy because it's going to support a whole plant like what Ellie showed you. So we want this whole plant to be secured nicely so it can grow. And we'll transplant those outside like what we did with the lettuce in our last video. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple more soil blocks, and I'll let you see some soil blocks that, you know, kind of melt away when we water them because we didn't make them sturdy enough. And it's okay if they're not sturdy. It's fine. All we gotta do is put it back in the bin and do it again. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna push it down one more time, and then I'm gonna release them. Okay, so looking good, nice and sturdy. So if you guys already figured out the answer, great job. So the answer is 32 soil blocks fit in an area when we're doing arrays, 4 and 8. Okay, so we have another tray in case we run out of these trays, and that tray holds 36. So we could fit 6 up and 6 across. Okay, so 6 times 6 is what? You guys can tell your answers to your teacher, and you raise your hand, and I think you guys already got it by now. 36. 36. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over here now, and I'm gonna do that. Notice I'm not squeezing enough water out. I'm just barely using one hand, and maybe I'm gonna do like that, and then I'm gonna pull the soil blocks out. So I didn't spend much time on these. Whoa, did you see what happened? Just picking it up, it made the soil block crack in half. So that's all right, we'll put that back in. But look at this one's very squishy. Just squeezing it just a little bit. See how squishy? These soil blocks that are still squishy, it seems like when we plant them when we put them over here and we turn the water on, that water's spraying down, and since they're so soft, they start to melt away really easy like this. Just like, imagine the rain, it's like raindrops from the sprayers. The water's spraying on them, and see how easily it's being melted away, and it just does that. And so soon this is all melted away, and sometimes it just cracks like that, and our plant's not so secure, and our plant's trying to grow from here. So we have to be really careful when we make soil blocks to make sure they're nice. And well, this one was all right. It wasn't. There's something walking on me. I don't know where it went. Okay, so when that happens, it's fine. We can just put it back and try again. And we're going to keep doing this. And you guys should be doing push-ups right now. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this. And you gotta use your muscles. Ellie's right. It takes a lot of strength for this exercise. So Mr. Branch's class from one of the schools, they made like 7 trays in like about maybe 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So that was good.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is. So I think it was these trays they made. They were mixed, but like 750. Let's round it off. I don't remember the exact number, but 7 trays of these. Oh wait, why did I say 750? No, never mind that. But I was thinking about something else. So 7 trays times 32. Can someone figure that out? It's a hard one. 7 times 32. I'm gonna make sure all the water is squeezed out of here so it's nice and sturdy. Okay, looks like that's all the water we can get out of there. Now let's go.
30, did you say 32 times 7?
Yeah, 32 times 7.
Did anyone got the answer?
So nice and sturdy. So you guys can tell your teacher the answer, okay? So I like to do outline. Oh no, the corner fell off. That would be fine. I like to do the outline. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we always have to do at least a finger space apart. Okay, so look at how much space we have between these. It's not like a finger space, see? Alright. The reason why is because if they're too close together and they're touching like that, or even if they're this close together, there's a small space. When the plant gets a little bit bigger, the roots could grow together. And since, you know, me and Ellie were pretty busy and there's some plants that need to be planted outside, transplanted, we don't have the time sometimes to do it when we should do it. So what happens is the roots start to get bigger and bigger and longer, and they start to climb into each other's soil blocks. So if they were too close, they will grow together. The plant from this soil block the roots for this plant would grow to here. The roots from this plant would grow into this soil block here. So when it's time to transplant them, what's going to happen is we're going to have to break the roots. We don't want to disturb the roots because we want to give the plant the best start possible. So we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to cover this entire area here with soil blocks, and we're going to use them, and we're going to put seeds in here so we could plant it into our garden. So what we have to do when we're all done using these tools is do a cleanup. So we want to clean up our area, make sure everything is nice and clean. We want to clean our tools because it's just, you know, good thing to do. Clean up your area. I'm sure you guys do that too at school. You guys put your stuff away. We're going to clean our soil block tool. So I'm just going to switch it around in here and make it nice and clean. So when I come back and I'm ready to work here again, I'm going to start with a nice clean area. Alright, so let's go take a look at some soil blocks over here that were made previously, and we will see some of the plants starting to grow that were planted. Okay, so right here, so see these soil blocks? We have small little seeds in here, and these ones are more leaf lettuce. We have some already growing in the garden, but these are backup. So what we do is push the little sides of the dimple down and cover the seed. These ones are Swiss chard. We've been growing these for a while now, and then we have a different variety of winter crops. So in this video, I hope you guys learned about how to multiply 4 by 8, and you can do it with any number, 5 by 8, 10 by 8, and the square trays, they, like this one, are 6 by 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So another thing we want you guys to learn is making a nice, stable, and secure soil block so the plant would be nice and secure. So just like a person, you know, we want to make sure we take good care from the very start of a baby. So these plants are like babies, and we want to give them the best start. So we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to let them be successful. All right, so let's end the video now, and we'll see you guys next time. I think next time we're gonna go ahead and show you another activity in the garden, but I hope you guys enjoyed our video, and see you next time.